Here we are, just trying to eke out some sex jays from this blue alien pussy. It's not foolish.
How do you know it's a pussy?
All children
it could
rebel
be
against
anything.
their
It could just
parents.
be a ma.
It's a natural part of
A
growing
gaping
up.
ma.
You share the wisdom of the matriarch, Shepard. That is exactly what Benezia said when I told her of my decision. But there was more to it than that. I felt drawn to the past. The Protheans were these wondrous, mysterious figures. I wanted to know everything about them. That is why I find you so fascinating. You were marked by the beacon on Eden Prime. You were touched by working Prothean technology.
I respond best when I'm touched.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Relax.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers.
Just let her think
I always
that we
seem
think
to say
she's a
something
fool.
embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
Goodbye. Wait.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
You sound troubled about
This
that.
hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her, and this was not like her. Something changed.
Do you know why Benezia?
I don't... Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow
Maybe
be
she's
for the
just
greater
evil.
good in the long run. At least I hope so.
Any chance she's in this for power or personal gain?
No, not the Benezia I knew. But I hadn't spoken with my mother in many years. She may have changed.
And what about your
I'd
culture?
like to know more about the Asari.
I would really like
We
to
were the
hear
first
about your
species
people.
To discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always
so
strive
hard
to
to
be
get
the voice of
space pussy.
peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
What?
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals.
Well, considering the first one I
species
met...
is monogendered, male and female, have no real meaning for us. We still
think we're on the
require
right
a
track.
partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
Wow, they're like a template species.
That's disgusting.
And how is that a rumor?
me more.
Because the first
No.
one of you that I met had sex with me, so I don't think they're just rumors. That's
How's it
disgusting.
possible?
Yes.
I don't understand.
Show
Your
me
species
how
can
this
mate with anyone?
works.
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union.
Oh, it's
The
essential.
true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings.
Like
We can
Spock.
touch the very depths of their minds.
Like Spock.
We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
So, a condom for you people would be a tinfoil hat. What about other parent?
What happens to your partner after the union?
They turn
Every
inside
relationship
out.
is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
Who was your father?
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
You can do that?
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own species, we would have died out long
Was a
before
pretty
we
dumb
ever
question.
mastered spaceflight and
Yeah,
left our
I do
homeworld.
feel
Union
pretty
with
stupid,
our own
Quack.
kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species, If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood. Though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face, it is a great insult among my people.
So in a way, they were designed to be
partner
sluts.
Was embarrassed by their union.
And whore themselves out to the galaxy.
Ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
They have somehow made it shameful.
Yeah.
To not be a slut in their species. Nice. You don't know that?
Maybe she wanted to meet you but couldn't. Maybe something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
If this is negative, do I just not say it then? Folks? Okay, we've done all that. We've done that.
Investigate?
Do I just say goodbye instead of saying...
Did we do everything in investigate?
Yeah.
Oh.
Many Asari raise their children.
You can say it.
But isn't it a negative thing? Why did they put it down in the bottom right?
Isn't it only negative if it's colored?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. It's
I
not
just don't
really
wanna
negative now, it's just a choice option.
I just
It's
don't want to
not
fuck up my
negative.
sex
It's not
chase.
negative.
Alright.
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind.
Sapient.
We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and
from their
space.
bodies.
We actually take a small sample.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Yeah, we'll be seeing more of you. Bad lighting in here.
Yeah.
Well, there's that. That was worthwhile.
Yes, Commander?
Ah.
Is there something you need?
You cold fish.
should go.
She is a cold
Goodbye,
fish.
Commander.
You keep that one warmed up for me,
Oh,
though.
gross.
What? What's gross, Becky? That term?
Cold fish?
That's because you're taking it too literally, Becky.
Yeah.
You're gross.
That's gross.
Oh.
So did I do it good, guys?
I think you did.
Did I do alien pussy right?
As long as you're not an outright dick, you can do the thingy.
I wanted to have little tentacles.
Yeah, man.
Good fresher.
It's gonna turn out that
Like a
her
squid whale.
vagina, her orifice is in the back of her head where all those little tentacles are.
Looking for
You have
supplies?
sex with her
I
brain.
wanna fuck her brain.
Maybe
Not right now, thanks.
Well, that is kind of what
problem.
you're doing, right? Because it's mental.
A little bit,
Not
yeah.
literally, though.
Commander, how are you?
You and CSEC.
Why did you want to be a C-Sec officer in the first place?
That's a
That's a
good
good
question. Such
There were
as?
several reasons.
Like
I
what?
guess. Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice.
I think we heard
I
this.
guess my father.
Yeah.
He's taking my resignation.
He's not impressed that you're going after Saren?
My father's a C-Sec man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons. Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate, me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
I see.
I suppose I can understand his concern.
You can. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, C-Sec's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
Not
Just
true.
because you can break the rules doesn't mean you should. I don't need to stoop to Saren's level to stop him. And neither do you, Garrus.
I see what you mean, but I'll think about it. Thanks, Commander.
Boring. Next up, Wrex.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
Yes, we do.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
You knew him?
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought I was important.
Fair enough.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This
I'm
was
just
a
being
while
nice to
ago.
him because he's my
A
squad
bunch of
mate.
mercs
People
were
say it's good
bragging
to be
about
friends
a
with
job
them.
out near the edges of the terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
He worked
I
for
didn't know
him?
Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits.
That's when I
That's
saw him.
I don't really care, Wrex.
Oops.
Suit yourself.
That was an accident. Shit.
Shepard,
Ah,
Wrex?
fuck.
Shepard,
Wrex?
What the hell?
Shepard.
Investigate. Aw. Oh well. Genophage extinction. I think we went through all that.
Yeah.
Wrex?
Goodbye. Ooh. Oh, this is how to equip them.
Yeah.
And who are you?
Commander?
Ashley.
Oh, that's her out of her armor. Weird. Can we talk?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure. I was hoping to get a minute of your time off the record.
Of course.
I keep an open door policy. If you have any concerns, lay them on me.
All
What
right.
is it?
I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm.
She doesn't like
concerned
aliens, she's
about the-
racist.
With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
Because they're not Alliance.
They may not serve the Alliance, Chief, but they're allies. At least as far as Saren goes.
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems.
She's a
Engines,
racist.
sensors, weapons.
You don't trust aliens?
You don't trust the Alliance's allies?
I'm not sure I'd call the Council races allies. We, humanity, I mean,
You guys
you
sure
have
have
to
to be
learn to
nice
rely on
through all
ourselves.
these?
The bottom doesn't always mean negative.
If it isn't highlighted with a red color, then I thought it wasn't like critical to what goes on.
Standing up for ourselves doesn't mean standing alone.
I don't think we should turn down allies. I just think we shouldn't bet everything on them staying allies. As noble as the council members seem now,
Don't be
if
nice
their
to
backs
her.
are against the wall,
She's a
they'll
bitch.
abandon us.
She doesn't trust
Yeah,
space
the Council's
ducks.
had a grudge against us since the First Contact War.
I don't think it's a grudge. I think it's... Look, if you're fighting a bear and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it is
I wouldn't do it.
It's not racism, not
Yeah, I wouldn't
really.
run.
She's a
Members
bitch.
of their species will
Yeah, I
always
don't like
be
this
more
chick.
important to
You
them
only
than
need
humans
to be
are.
nice to the ones who
This
want
is
to
an
romance.
Alliance
Oh,
warship,
then
not the
fuck
Parliament
this.
floor. If you're Earth first, vote for the Terra Firma Party.
Terra Firma is a pack of jackals. The founders had ideals. These days they just play off xenophobia and bigotry.
Oh, who's xenophobic?
I hope my reasons are more rational.
No, you're xenophobic.
My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they...
Okay,
I
I-
guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
Just shut up.
I expect you to keep your family politics to yourself, Chief. This mission will be difficult enough without you picking fights with aliens.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Goodbye.
How are we doing?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Not yet.
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom.
Because she's
not
an
talking.
alien?
They're family, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I believe it either. It's better to have her where we can
Oops,
see
I
her.
agreed.
That makes sense. Too bad those ruins got destroyed.
Everybody
they
says
lasted
be as
thousands
cruel
of
as
years.
possible to
That's
Ashley.
impressive.
They all
Goodbye.
hate her.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am,
You bitch.
I'm not counting. Oh, are you counting telling who to be nice to for sex trees as spoilers?
I don't want her. And no,
Is
it's not a
it
spoiler.
basically-
I need to know who I can sex Jay, because that's something I can't fuck up.
Or you can fuck.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
You sound down.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me.
You stay
especially
away
your
from
chief
your chief engineer.
But I just sort of feel out of place.
Because you're a robot?
The Normandy runs so smooth, it
Be
feels
nice
like
to
we're
her.
not even moving. And the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
It's too... I like silence.
I find it rather peaceful. Don't worry, you'll get used
I
to
turn
it.
on a fan.
But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing.
Maybe you shouldn't sleep
Back
alone.
home, I couldn't wait to go on my
And sex J.
pilgrimage.
Caden.
I
You
couldn't
don't want
wait
him,
to get
though.
away from
Ugh.
the crowds.
Or Liara.
Now that I'm out here,
Who's Liara?
We did that.
kind
the
of
blue
miss
girl.
them.
Yeah,
The
we're doing
daughter.
her. You're homesick.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have till it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them, but maybe they just wanted a different life.
You going back?
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet.
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually, but we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
Alright, see you later.
I should go.
See you later.
Yep, you guys can tell us who we can sex
Hey.
J.
Why didn't I get experience from that? I talked
Hey,
to her.
Shepard. You need something?
I don't know, man.
I didn't get
I should
experience
go.
from that conversation. It's like the only
See you
one so
later.
far. We totally talked. We talked.
Something
Yeah,
I
it
can
just
do
went
for you,
up.
Commander.
Oh,
No, that was a
Carry on,
codex.
Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
That is one hell of a warp drive.
Something I can do for you, Commander.
See ya.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
That's bullshit. I talked all through that boring crap. Go to people.
maybe we just missed it or something.
Going back up our elevator. So we're ready to go to the next part of the missions, I guess. We've talked to everybody. So what
Yeah.
was next? How do we even know what our next
Go
objective
to
is?
the space map.
But what's the story? Like, what story-wise? How would we? What do we know we're supposed to do now? We just—I forget what was been said.
Check the star map. Oh, check the star map.
So that's what captains do in the future when they decide they need to know where to go next. They go to the map, and the map tells them.
Go to journal for missions.
I just don't understand.
Check one of the next 2 planets you have info on. I think it would say it in the journal.
Oh yeah, that info. That it's already been revealed. That's why. This is like a branch part, and we just did one of the 3 branches. We were supposed to go do a bunch of things.
That's exactly what Neko just said.
Okay, so which is the next planet that we need to go? Because I'm not gonna search the entire universe for this shit. Oops.
Take a look at your journal. It logs the stuff you ain't remembering. Who you going to tell us?
Zooming out, zooming out,
Holy
zooming out.
shit.
We've been to Citadel.
I don't like this part. Too spacey. Either one is fine. It tells you in the journal. Pretty sure they're marked on the map. It has a label.
This one then. Noveria. Yes, travel to that.
How did you know? What is the label?
That's all marked. There's blue.
You're right.
Out
I
of,
suggest Noveria.
out of the space gun.
Message coming in.
Whoa!
Yo.
We'll be back after this.